Hey everybody, I want to tell you a story today. One that we actually sang about, but maybe you don't know the whole story. And in this little devotional, they call it Short Man in a Tall Tree. And what it's about is this man up here, his name is Zacchaeus. And Zacchaeus and a bunch of people knew that Jesus was coming into town. And so Jesus is walking down the street and everybody's looking and trying to get close, but Zacchaeus was short and he could not see over people. He's probably jumping up in there. I can't see, I can't see. And so he really wanted to see Jesus. He heard about him. So he climbed up in this, it was a sycamore tree, um so he could see Jesus. Well, guess what? Jesus noticed Zacchaeus. And he went up to him and he told him, let's see what it says here. Come down, Zacchaeus. I need to eat at your house today. So Zacchaeus was very happy about that. Here's the thing about Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was a tax collector, which doesn't sound that bad. He would collect the taxes from everybody in town. But here's the deal about tax collectors. They would not only get the amount that the people owed to the government, but he would take more for himself. And because of that, he made himself rich and he made everybody in town poor. And they all hated him for that. So he was a despised person and he was a sinner. It's a sin to steal. But Jesus wanted to go to his house, even though he was considered a bad man, even though he really was a bad man. So how do you think he felt that Jesus picked him when everybody else hated him? Think about that. So Jesus goes to his house and eats with Zacchaeus, and something wonderful happened. Zacchaeus was changed by Jesus' visit. So Zacchaeus decided and told Jesus that he was going to give half of everything he had to the poor, and that he was going to go back to all those people in his town, and not only was he going to pay them back what he stole, but he was going to pay them back 4 times as much. Now, what do you think the people thought about him after he paid them back 4 times as much? So Jesus being in his life and actually choosing him changed his life. And guess what? Jesus is choosing you. He wants you to spend some time with him. He wants to come to your house. He wants to change you. He wants to change you in such a way that you don't want to sin anymore either, that you want to be a kind, loving person. And that's what happens when we spend time with Jesus. He changes our hearts. So I want you to think about when might be a good time for you to spend some time with Jesus. Now, some of you probably already do. You probably maybe at bedtime, you sit down and you pray to God. And that is awesome. That is what Jesus wants. And that's what God wants. They want to spend time with you. And maybe you're not doing that. So maybe, carve out some time. Maybe when you go to bed and at night, that's a great time for me. That's when I tend to do that. It's trying to sit and think about God, and you can think about some of the wonderful things that he's done in your life, the people that he sent to you. You might think about some problems you're having, maybe some sins that you're committing, and you can ask God to help you with some of those things. And maybe other people who have some problems, not necessarily sins, but some, that they're struggling with some things. You can pray for them. So spending time with God changes us. And that is amazing. He loves us. He chooses us. That's all I got, guys. I miss you so much. Have a good day.